live, and should we have perfect timing? Perfect timing of the lights coming on.
What a win for them.
Well, what a win. I mean, they were the favourites going in, let's be very fair.
Yep.
It was their match to lose, and well, they didn't end up losing it. So good on them.
21 runs, and they now move to 5th. Hat-trick of losses now for Sunrisers.
Big.
Yet again. Nicholas Puran gave them a glimmer of hope, but he was always fighting losing battles.
Yeah, and it was a lone battle in many ways as well.
Yeah.
It was just him. It was a
Just
partnership.
Go down, Shivam, scorecard. I want to see the scorecard. Please. Yeah. So, again, the start, if you have to look at it. Abhishek Sharma, Kane Williamson. Williamson, 4 of 11, 36.36. We are critical of Kohli. But man, Williamson
is awfully out of form.
Yep. And Rahul Tripathi again got a start but couldn't convert into a big score.
Shivam, size badao, please.
Aiden Markram kept the flame burning for some
Yeah,
time.
he needed to play a longer innings though.
Yeah.
Considering the kind of target
No,
they
but,
had, they needed one big innings.
No, but you have to say there was pressure on him also because with nothing he was getting from Nicholas Puran at that point. If you saw Puran was, I guess if I'm not wrong, either 13 of 12 balls or 12 of 13 balls, something like that. So he needed more runs from him when that partnership was going. But yes, that 60-run partnership did raise hopes of a comeback of sorts. But Nicholas Puran again a 15 a losing cause. I don't know how many has he hit.
Shivam, can we open
In
the
losing
points
causes.
table?
3-8 against India, all in losing causes in that T20I series. Again, the last one of those games that SRH lost, he scored 60 odd runs even then.
And see the way of dismissal also.
But just a word on Puran. Today he needed someone to stand up with him. Now,
Yeah,
how would he
and
finish it
no
alone?
one did.
If Shashank had stood, maybe there was a chance.
nobody.
That was a
again,
bad shot
plays
from
a
Shashank.
wide ball, plays that shot, gets out. Makram, who you thought would continue, didn't go on. Rahul Tripathi didn't. But see, this also points out what we had said earlier about Delhi's bowling today. Looked weak. So they've fallen short of how many runs in total?
21 runs.
Yeah. It's
20
not
They've lost by 21 runs, Sunrisers.
So I'm saying that was one good over. They were away from winning. And had they got a better start than what they got today,
Might very well have been a Sunrisers
yeah, like
win,
a Delhi
correct?
start with one over.
But a very poor start. They were 23 runs after 4 overs.
4 overs.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
From there to go this close actually is a reflection of Delhi's bowling. Which is why I said that it will be a close game. Considering the bowling.
Khalil,
that
I
they
guess, and Shardul might have gotten wickets. Again my
Again,
problem
went
is
for
his economy is always going for runs. But it's also the fact that everybody tries to hit him and that's why he gets wickets also.
Yeah.
Correct.
Just Arun and I were discussing
Does
this.
he have a lot of wickets this season?
This season, not many. I think so. He's picked in total 8 wickets in 10 games.
That's not a good enough shot.
That's not enough
And
wickets.
economy rate is just
That's
under
not
10.
great economy.
Just under 10.
He is, I mean, he before the IPL started, he was one of those guys in contention for a World Cup berth.
Not
Now-
anymore.
No, but today
doubt it.
I'm saying that he got Puran.
But again, look at
but
look
he's
at
missed
Puran.
out. There are
See
too
the
many
ball.
other
No, I
guys.
agree. For me, he goes
many
for
other guys.
way too many runs.
Yeah, look at the Puran dismissal today. I mean, it was a high full toss. He hit it, and Rovman Powell of all guys held on to it, and the umpire checked it. It was dipping, and
No, also he was outside the crease. Puran
and
was outside the crease.
Powell comes and says, "Don't." It happens. That is the kind of like divine or poetic justice in a very odd way that you can look at it.
But you know, mid-season stutter. RCB lost 3 in a row and then
Now
won the
our
game against
Sunrisers.
CSK. SRH have now lost 3 in a row.
Yep.
And now they also don't know because they have slipped down to 6th if I'm
Can
not
we
wrong.
see the table?
And Delhi Capitals have gone above them.
5th. Yeah.
Shivam, table.
Both teams have played
But
10
I
games
think
each.
where it is at the moment, any team could go.
Yeah.
Just one win, one loss is what is separating each team. If you look at the table now, so Delhi have gone over Sunrisers, but exactly same amount of points, same amount of games played. Royal Challengers Bangalore are looking good, but remember have an extra game that they've
correct.
played.
Yeah.
So these two teams can actually tie with them. Punjab also there. So now these are 3-4 teams, literally you could say, because RCB have an extra game, were literally exactly in the same position. Rajasthan is slightly better in terms of their position. Rajasthan, Lucknow and Gujarat, of course. All of them are slightly better placed than Royal Challengers, Delhi and Sunrisers and Punjab Kings.
And you know who will make the situation even more interesting tomorrow? Mumbai Indians. If they beat GT, the conundrum increases even more now.
Well, GT I think are too far ahead to be caught up.
No,
But
but
they
I'm
could
saying
miss
in
out on a
between
top two.
Lucknow, Rajasthan, Royal Challengers Bangalore, Delhi and Sunrisers.
We were
and
discussing a slump in their form now.
Yeah.
could probably cost them a top two
Top two
finish.
finish, and that's
Top
important.
two finish, yes. Oh, I mean, playoff almost done.
No,
I
playoffs
think.
are all but done.
They'll just need another win. I think,
Another
and they're
win.
done.
But I am glad I predicted Delhi will win and they won.
And I also will say this is that, you know, before the game I was saying that if I'm a fan of any of the teams who are lower and who still have a chance, I would want either of these sides to suffer a thumping loss. This isn't really a thumping loss. So
Yeah.
if you're looking at it from a Sunrisers fan perspective, yes, you've lost 3 games on the trot, but if you can turn around your form, your destiny is still very much in your hands. Because again, Sunrisers, he played 10, that means 4 more games. You win those 4, 18 points is sorted. I know easier said than done.
Yeah, but easier said than done because they'll be playing some of these teams only. Anybody
Yeah.
who
Yes.
wins 4
That is
right
the
now.
One of their
last
games is
three
They
against
are going to
RCB.
bring teams from PSL or somewhere.
I am telling you that even if KKR win their next 4 games, they will qualify.
Exactly, because positive net run rate,
16
wins,
points
16.
they'll be on.
Exactly.
So I am anybody for that matter, if they win all the remaining games, they'll qualify. Except Chennai and Mumbai.
No, the thing is, if Gujarat lose tomorrow, then one of the teams for the 4th spot can even qualify with 14. If Gujarat loses tomorrow, because now
No,
only
they play Mumbai tomorrow.
yes, if Mumbai beats Gujarat, then the status quo remains and they would have played 11. So that is why Sunrisers versus RCB is also another game.
No, but then if Lucknow wins theirs, they'll go top.
Yeah,
Yes,
they'll go
correct.
to 16.
Because superior net run rate.
Yep.
Wow, so much can change in the next 4 games.
Oh, yes,
much
absolutely.
why? What all?
Like for
Next
every
5
team.
games. Because tomorrow's MIGT.
MI is
And then there's a double header.
MI's
weekend.
10th game.
So,
Yeah.
This weekend, 4 games.
oh
yes, the last of the weekend double headers if you have to look at it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the next week will only
There's
be
just one single double header.
There's a good question by Jigar Banker. He wants to know, will SRH drop Kane now as they did with David Warner? That's a very interesting question. But the answer to that would be no. Because at that time, it was Kane actually who was sitting out.
Yeah.
So you had a good enough replacement sitting out for which you had to do that, because I think they had good amount of foreigners, and with Warner not firing, they wanted to accommodate him. But in this case, I don't think they're going to really miss out on, you know, some good talent sitting out. But having said that, Kane Williamson also needs to step up. He's one of the reasons why they've not been able to win, and especially, I mean, his captaincy is always spot on. Today went for a lot of runs. But his batting, he needs to step up, especially the kind of knocks. If he is going to play that anchor role and play at a strike rate of 120 whatever, then he needs to get 50-60 runs,
Exactly.
big runs.
Exactly.
If you're not doing it, I mean, I don't know, if I was at the moment Kane Williamson, I would try and hit my way out of this bad form, like go play some attacking strokes. You never know, one good innings and you
Yeah, at
you
this
know,
point,
get
I
back
think
into
bowlers would be confident bowling against Williamson. They loft a couple over the
Yeah.
30-yard circle, get the bowlers to, you know,
What if he gets out?
then no problem is better
Yeah,
than
I
I
think-
think 4
yeah.
out of 11
No,
balls.
because
Exactly.
in the game against Chennai, he went for the lofted shot. He still got out.
Then no
That's
problem.
okay.
Get
That's
that.
a better-
The same
better
thing
way.
that is plaguing Kohli in this is plaguing even Williamson.
No, but my point is, today you're chasing over 200.
Yeah.
And if you
You
got out
need
playing a stroke,
big
nobody
deal.
is going to question you, because
Exactly.
you know you have to play like that.
Yeah.
Yes, in a 160-70 game, you still want him? No, why did you play a stupid shot? People
Yeah.
might say.
But this match,
Today game, he had to start. Bang,
He had
bang,
to
bang.
start.
There's no point
36
struggling
strike
there.
rate. Come on, you're
11
straggling
balls.
around.
He didn't score off
10
10 balls.
because
Only
he's
one
won-
ball he scored 4.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
one boundary.
Horrible.
That's it.
Yeah.
Whichever way you look at it.
Yeah.
And he got off
Again.
the mark in the 7th ball.
See.
Whatever he does, you have to play some attacking cricket. That's the
Yeah.
only way out.
And
from
in this sort of a situation, especially 200 you're chasing, you can't be twiddling around.
Yeah.
Not possible.
that.
Yep. Very sad situation. And Sunrisers, who look to be certain top 4, are not so certain anymore now.
Yeah, but
Nobody
even
is
there,
certain.
Nobody
no
is.
one's certain.
There was a time we
RCB
said Lucknow would be certain and go through, then they had
Yeah.
dropped and then
Now
people
Gujarat
started,
suddenly have lost
now
the
they've
game.
come up.
And look at it this way, RCB are right now 4th. But they have a terrible net run rate.
Yep.
Minus 0.444.
But if you know the IPL, you knew that Delhi is
Yeah.
going to win today.
Yeah. We've seen this happen
Because
far too
things
many
cannot
times.
be so crystal clear.
See,
so
because
early.
it's good news for Kolkata Knight Riders and Punjab Kings. Because if Sunrisers had won, then they would have established a
how
gap.
Kolkata, yeah. They will have to play some of these teams only.
Win 4 games, you're through.
Just
They did it
Shivam,
last year. Come
Shivam,
on.
look
Why
at
would you
the
rule them out?
KKR
Even if you
schedule.
win.
KKR schedule.
I mean, Punjab, okay, 10 out of 10 games. But you got 8 out of 10, no chance.
Shivam,
No, but-
Kolkata schedule.
four game winning run and then 16 points.
So Kolkata face Lucknow, Mumbai, Sunrisers, Lucknow. Their next two games are
Double-header against Lucknow is very important.
Yeah, and Mumbai. Because remember,
Booty
you've
team.
got a...
So only game left to SRH, that will also be important, guys. Every
All
game
four
is
are
important.
important.
What are you talking about?
Now
Every
every
game
game
is
is
important. They have to win everything.
Yeah.
And for all you know, by the time you come across playing Lucknow, they will be table toppers.
Yeah.
And
Possible.
2 games against table toppers.
No, I guess that is Lucknow's next game also. So they might be looking to go top with that game.
Yeah, Lucknow, the
No, let's
Kolkata
see
Knight Riders
Lucknow's
double-header
game.
is on Saturday.
Lucknow-
No, actually,
games.
funny story. This will be
That
the
is
first
Lucknow's
time-
next game. KKR.
Yeah. So this will be the first time Siddhant and I are on opposite sides of the spectrum in an IPL perspective.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Oh, yeah, they're playing.
Because
for the
we're
first
playing
First time,
Lucknow haven't
yes.
played
That's
so-
pretty weird. They're going to play this team twice and they're only
Yeah.
playing them right at the death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We would
that's
have
the
played
weird
really hard.
schedule we've had this year. So
Yep.
No, but that will play a role into how teams finish because some have tougher opponents. compared to
RCB
the
have
other.
their next 3 opponents are GT, SRH and Punjab Kings. All from
So between them, clearly one team's not winning all.
yeah,
yes.
one team.
Right,
Only
you're playing
14. One
amongst
team
your-
can get to 14.
Yeah.
That's it.
So one of them is going to be out.
Look, anyway, as a KKR fan, I am approaching it one game at a time. One foot is already
Not
out.
happening. KKR first need to figure out their playing 11, which they
Yes.
will take another 3 matches to figure out. By which time the tournament.
By the way,
starts.
I forgot to
happening.
ask you, did anybody read anything why Akshay did not play today? Did he
I didn't
Rishabh
come
say
across
anything?
anything. No. He
Akshay
just had an
Patel.
injury
Sure.
problem
Injury
in the
problem.
pre-match. That's it.
Injury problem.
Yeah.
No one, nothing beyond
I
that.
think this DC side becomes a much bigger force once Akshay
Akshar
is
is
there.
there. Yeah, true,
yeah,
true.
Absolutely. No, also today for them, Roman Powell and Warner really fired. You're not going to see these kind of innings all the time
Every single
unless
time.
your name is Josh Butler.
No, but next game you'll see
But
Mitchell
then
Marsh.
even
firing.
but
I have a feeling Delhi can actually qualify.
Because Mitchell Marsh today bowled and he bowled pretty well. He didn't look rusty.
No, but he went for runs.
No, but still 1 for 30.
And also when he came out for this last bit, the 19th he bowled today.
Yeah.
And he went for the good runs there. So
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
he actually didn't look too bad. And 1 for 37.5.
He didn't look too bad. At one point, he thought he had got Puran also. That
Yeah.
DRS decision was
Kane
changed.
Williamson, not just batting, that drop catch.
Oh, yes.
Was that the turning? You never
50
know,
runs
huh?
more.
Yeah.
That
He was on 18.
18.
Roman Pal was on 18 when he dropped.
It
They
was a
could have-
good 50 runs.
I'm not to say others wouldn't have scored, but you could have got them for 180.
But
Yep.
Robin was the key wicket at that
No,
point.
but after Robin, who did
You
they
had,
have?
Ripple
Ripple Patel,
and
Lalit
Shardul.
Yadav,
No, but
Shardul.
assuming they got also,
Okay.
but even then you would have been 180, 190,
Yeah.
something like that.
You
The
got to
margin would have been
180
lesser,
anyway.
You would
4
have chased
runs
it.
or 3
You
runs.
got to
or something
180
like that.
anyway.
No, then you would have chased it.
Yeah.
See, now you didn't chase it because
Yeah.
you were chasing 200.
Yep.
That if that last over you didn't need 20 plus and you needed 4, you would have won, na?
Yeah.
You didn't get
Correct.
those. many
Also, what
runs.
did you make of Nokia's celebration when he got a Kane out?
Yeah.
I think that was.
He went like mad.
Chainsaw.
Yeah, no, I think
No,
that was.
that was
because
not even like a chainsaw. It was like
He was screaming as well. So,
Yeah.
that's
Full
probably
pumped up.
frustration of not
probably
playing
sitting
for
on
so
the bench
long.
for quite some time.
Yeah,
It
probably.
wasn't
That.
the greatest wicket, by the way.
I know.
Kane
No, but the ball did swing a little
if
towards
they-
No,
the
no, it did.
Yeah.
I'm saying greatest in the sense a guy
Yeah,
was
yeah, as if
struggling.
he was, yeah.
I mean, if they kept him there longer, the margin of victory would have been bigger.
No, and
But
it's a
they-
typical Protea celebration against a Kiwi. That famous rivalry that dates back. They always want to pick on the Kiwis in that sense.
Nobody wants to pick on the Kiwis.
Exactly.
The Proteas do.
Why?
Why?
The rugby rivalry
Are
transcends even
all
into the
blacks
cricket
and
rivalry.
Springboks? That is different.
That is separate.
Yeah.
I highly
Why?
think
Anyway,
that-
Williamson's strike rate shouldn't have given him that much. I think 96 in IPL 20.
When South Africa lost to New Zealand in the 2015 World Cup semi-final, you saw the reaction. Na? They're
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
they're not celebrating as if they'd won something. They were actually consoling the
That
other
was
side.
one of the
I
And-
think it's a
moments.
respectful rivalry.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I'm
yeah.
saying it's nothing like that.
It was more again. He's not played
What,
for a long
Sidvi?
time.
What?
Kuch bhi.
Sidri, didn't win the rivalry.
I didn't win the rivalry. So I'm putting my frustration out on that. Yeah, but that was not a chainsaw, by the way. It was a
Yeah, of
weird
course.
whiplash.
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
it
a
was like
celebration.
something like this.
Could have
he did.
dislocated his shoulder.
And then out for another 6 months.
Yeah.
Be frustrated.
Like
again.
how Dale Steyn did when he used to do those celebrations. Man.
Hassan Ali,
Yeah.
Hassan Ali. Yes, Shivam, what is so funny?
do the bomb and your shoulder gets bombed.
Yeah.
That's always an amusing thing. You do that and then
Aman Thakur says Powell and Warner for T20 World Cup.
No, but I actually
Roman
love their
Paul will be there in the
partnership
West
today.
Indies
Yeah,
and
should be.
Warner, obviously.
No, I thought after even the drop catch, you look at how Roman Paul paced his innings, and I found it amazing.
Clean hitting.
Clean hitting, and in terms of hitting also, misses were also going for 6, such as the power of the guy.
No, those 3
But-
4s were all in the gap. He
But
found the
those
gap
3
to
boundaries
perfection.
in the final over,
Yeah.
157 kph delivery was hit for a boundary.
Yep.
So,
Okay, and just
Reminder to everyone, don't get too excited with pace. I do too. 157 Indian bowler, very happy. May he touch the 160 mark, but doesn't guarantee success.
Yeah.
Yep.
It goes from the back quicker than what it comes out of the hand. So that is exactly what happened. Let's take a few questions, some very interesting ones. Ujjwal Agarwal says this is an IPL of revenge performances. Warner against
yes.
SRH,
yes.
Kuldeep against KKR, Umesh against DC, Yuzi against RCB.
RCB.
Umesh against RCB.
Will Pandya continue the trend against Mumbai Indian?
If
No, but he did well in the first game, right, against the Mumbai Indians.
I think this is the first time they played.
No, I think so.
No, they'll be playing for the first time. I can't remember.
First time, yeah.
GT and MI, I don't
Because
they are-
GT are in
Yeah,
the-
Shivam. Yeah. No, friendship is there. He's saying revenge also. Na people, it's the IPL of revenge. It's a valid point that our friend here is making.
Yeah.
And Sarthak Sehgal says something
Ujjwal
that,
Agarwal.
that I was also saying. Khalil for World Cup now.
Yeah.
He had one good performance.
No, but Khalil, we had been talking. No,
Yeah.
no, we have been talking about Khalil from the start.
And he's played for
He's
India as
having
well,
a
so-
very good IPL. But again, let's hold our horses. Not everyone. Okay. Pradeep Srivalsan, who's a CSK fan, I remember,
Yeah.
says if Gujarat loses all games,
That was
14
Kunal.
will be enough
Kunal.
statistically. But alas, CSK and Mumbai are out of this year. By the way, tomorrow Hardik versus Rohit and one
Srivalsan,
versus Ken.
CSK are still in it mathematically.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
Yes. Because GT lost to PBKs, they're still in it.
If CSK qualify
Yeah.
this IPL,
Yes.
I will take you to the nearest mall
Okay.
and you buy whatever you want and I will pay for it.
Wow.
But
Okay.
if they do not qualify,
Oh.
Then I take you all out to Karim's.
okay, done.
Yeah.
Wasn't that happening anyway?
No, but then
No, one specially for me. That
Oh,
one,
yeah.
Okay.
one meal.
one meal for you with Nikhil
fair
and
enough.
the rest of the. Yep. Done deal.
As long as I am getting
You
some
just-
food.
I don't
just-
want
no,
a
you're not
meal.
invited.
I don't
Only
want
me
a
and
meal.
Nikhil.
I will want you to do 30 push-ups here.
30 push-ups. Okay, done.
Can you do 30 push-ups?
I'll
We'll
try.
see. You'll try.
He has to do 30.
Try
that's
करने
the
में क्या
deal.
जाता है?
He has to do 30. That's the deal. अब रो रो के करो, सो के करो.
कैसे भी
doesn't
करो.
matter.
Exactly. करना तो पड़ेगा.
Yes.
What did he say?
He said, सबने अच्छा किया ना मैं मुर्गा बनवा देता.
Murga. That would make
Why
me
do
believe.
you, Shivam, why do you come after him all the time?
He's a boss man, bro. He is like the puppeteer who directs all the puppets. So he has to go after me.
Ashish wants to know,
Thank
I
you.
hope Khalil is okay. That looked a bad blow on the collarbone.
Yeah.
That's true actually. That could swell overnight. The only good thing, Ashish, now is with the latest medicine and all things that they have available, things aren't as bad as what it used to be a few years ago.
Yeah.
But I also hope. But the good sign was that he came out to bowl after that. And
Yeah.
I think that's a good sign that it's
Yep.
not as bad
It's
as we
not as
thought
bad,
it is.
yep.
But yeah, it did look scary at the time. Helmets for bowlers, that day isn't too far away, I think.
When we already have the umpires with that protecting
Yeah,
thing.
I don't blame them.
I mean,
no.
oh man, if
The
somebody is a Paul Adams like bowling action, that helmet will.
Yeah.
It's not a pleasant sight.
There goes the helmet.
Or Shivil Kaushik?
Shivil Kaushik.
Rahul Rana says last 4 results, including today, have changed this IPL upside down. Bottom half teams have won. It's a jigsaw puzzle.
It really
That
is.
is true. But
It really is.
if you have been watching the IPL, you know
Yep.
this was going to happen. How can everything be decided so early in the tournament?
When has
With
it
like
ever
2-3
happened?
weeks to go and everything is settled. We know our playoff teams. We know our bottom
Ever
teams.
since
Can't happen.
2012, when this new format happened,
Yeah.
it has taken until the last game to decide your number 3 and number 4.
Not more so. Again, I will always come back to that example. 2014, KKR qualified. They were already in third place.
But
they
they
went hard in the final game against SRH, knowing improve your net run rate and you're in second. So it's not just about the points anymore. People are looking at the net run rate too.
So, do you think they should always play that final game of the group stages all together? Like how they have it in the leagues?
Oh, that would be very interesting.
No,
because
this
that-
was being spoken of.
It should
This
always
was
be the
being
case.
spoken
This was
of. It
being
should
spoken
be.
of, but they did
But
not
I
do it
think
this
the,
time.
The problem is again the broadcaster.
Logistics,
Also broadcaster because it will divide the viewership, and then
Yeah.
those many games.
It will divide the viewership, but that's
Sporting
how it's
integrity,
supposed to
yeah.
be. Because now you see there'll be teams like Lucknow
Sab
who'll play.
ganda hai par dhanda
No, but
hai.
Lucknow will play their last
your
game on the
cricketing
18th.
logic is correct, but not all the time.
Boss,
Cricketing logics
it will
are
be
accepted.
a nightmare for ball by ball commentators, dude.
No, you can have multiple people.
Yeah,
I
but
think
still-
the issue really comes in with the broadcaster who pays
Shane,
crazy
KKR,
amount of
Series, CSK, Siddharth,
money,
Lucknow, Sombo.
and if they are paying that kind of money, I
Yeah.
don't think they want to, miss out on that kind of.
Because
cash.
I remember the
Is
same
decided.
logic that you were saying, no, sir. It happened in 2012. Okay, both teams were playing each other simultaneously on one day.
No, but that was the last couple of games.
It was
Not
MIRCB.
all the games.
It was MIRCB, CSK, KKR. The game at Chinnaswamy got rained out. It was 1 hour rain delay, no overs lost. There was a transformer explosion at Chinnaswamy,
Yeah,
still overs did not get lost. It went on till 10 o'clock. The game which started at 4 went on at 10 o'clock, and CSK KKR game was almost done.
Nothing for that matter beats, I think, most farcical game in this regard. KKR RCB. 1 year, I think they played 5 overs at like 1:30 in the
Yeah,
morning.
one
That
I
eliminator.
was just coming to
Horrible.
that.
Horrible.
2017 eliminator.
I'm like, are you kidding me? You don't have reserve days? 1:30 in the morning, those poor guys have been sitting there waiting for everything to
No,
clear up.
and if a broadcaster has issues with these things, even that timing matters.
Yeah, what
There's
was
no
staying up till
viewership.
1:30?
Exactly.
I did.
I mean, some people do football like last night, Real Madrid. People
Yeah.
were up.
See,
I
but
was up
again-
till 3:30.
Yep, I was too.
Okay, Karthik M has a very good question. He says, looking at how scary other international team batters are playing, it feels like Indian batting is still in the early 2000s. It's a valid point. Should you be worried as an Indian fan looking at the T20 World Cup? Let's take a look at some of the foreign guys who are in outstanding form. Let's look at Australians. David Warner.
Davey
David
Warner,
Warner.
true.
That's it.
That's about it.
That's
Marsh,
Mitch Marsh to an
Mitch Marsh to an
extent.
Marsh
extent.
one
He's
game,
warming
but
up, but,
you can't say
not so much.
Stoinis is not in
also
form.
not.
Wade is
Stoinis.
also-
I think he
Maxey
might
also
lose his
not.
place.
Yeah.
Stoinis might lose
Glenn
his
Maxwell
place.
is not in form.
Maxey also not. So not too many other than
Yeah.
Warner for Australia.
Of course,
Let's
Virat
look at-
Kohli has to be blamed for that run out.
Let's look at
Say England, okay.
Josh
Josh
Butler.
Butler.
Yeah.
But
That's it.
besides that, again,
That's
no
it.
one. There's no.
I was
best
gonna say
person.
that's it.
Yeah.
But again, they have certain performers. Someone like a Jason Roy, who's not playing IPL.
But he plays well for England. That I
Exactly.
agree.
Ben Stokes will come back
Ben Stokes.
So-
No, but let's go on the evidence of what we see
in
during
the IPL.
Yeah.
Then South African players.
Markram.
Markram is good form. Miller is in good form.
Killer Miller.
Actually, Miller has suddenly reinvented
Yeah.
himself.
Jansen is in good form. But of course, the last 2 games.
SRH
Rabada also.
Oh, Rabada also. And
Third highest wicket taker.
Rabada कर रहा है सबका.
Kya baat hai?
And Nokia
No,
certainly.
but we are only sticking to batsmen, by the way.
Oh,
Batsman.
okay,
Yeah.
batsman.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, by the way, sorry, England, Liam Livingston.
Livingston, right?
Livingston.
Of course.
Livingston.
Good call. Sridhar
But
Savaikar
the
and
problem
Jigar
is
Banker.
Bairstow has not been performing that well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't know what Morgan, Roy, and Stokesy will do.
Morgan.
Oh, and Morgan is still the captain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as
New Zealand, Williamson.
No, he's not in good form.
Off
Devon
completely.
Conway is in good form.
Conway is in
Conway's,
good
yes.
Conway, boss, Conway.
Darryl
And
Mitchell not
Conway
in good
is
form.
exactly like a CSK player, okay? Like Michael Hussey, like Faf du Plessis.
So Karthik,
like
not
Devon
too many teams also are scaring. Yeah, that way. So India is also having players who are scaring other teams.
Nah.
If you look at the
Tewatia,
West Indians, maybe.
I was gonna say Tewatia.
If you look at the West Indians,
KL Rahul is
the
the
West
only
Indians.
one.
KL Rahul. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the West Indies,
Yeah, West Indian.
Rovman,
Yes.
Nicholas Purran.
That's
Yes.
it.
Jason Holder.
Holder also, by the way, from what he was
Not
doing
so
at
much.
SRH, he really hasn't
He's
come.
not. He's not
he
in those heights
really
for
hasn't
Lucknow.
come to life.
The Sri Lankans, Chamira is in good form.
Tikshana.
And Vanindu Asranga.
Tikshana.
Tikshana is in great
Are
form.
you putting one in there to Tikshana?
But again, you
My
look
God.
at bowlers, it's just batsmen.
Bowlers, no
Batsmen, they
They
don't
don't have a
Rajapaksa-
Rajapaksa just
Bhanukar is
won.
probably the one close.
But
That's
they've
it.
now called him off from international time, and now is he?
No, he retired, but
they
then
brought
he
him
came back.
Yeah.
That's what. Now they got a
Yeah.
letter by the sports minister saying, "Hey, you better
Yes.
take your retirement
Because
back."
the new
So-
fitness standards that have been put in by the Sri Lankan Cricket Board said that he had to lose weight.
yeah,
But Rajapaksa reckoned that if I lose weight, my power hitting will go away. So he retired.
yeah.
So Then if you're looking at Indian players, who
Sky,
are the ones-
Sky.
KL.
Sky and
That's
KL.
okay.
Yeah. So India is there and thereabout. Yeah.
But if you're looking at
Karthik,
IPL,
you
I
always have a good question. This time we don't agree because I think
We
there's not.
dissected it entirely.
We looked at all teams and just looking at IPL form, it's not that Indian batsmen are looking that far off. I think what has happened is because all the attention is going towards Kohli and Rohit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
beginning
that's
to
the
look
mood
like-
right now.
yeah.
That's the thing,
That's
yeah.
the mood right
But,
now because Kohli doing
Oh yeah,
nothing.
Shanaka's barely played in the.
No, he's not played at all.
No,
That's
actually, I thought
Shanaka.
they'll get Shanaka as a replacement, be it CSK, be it RR
Yeah.
when Coltonel got injured.
Yeah.
Remember, I said that maybe they can look at somebody like
But
Dasan
CSK
Shanaka.
have gotten somebody called Matisha Patel.
Hardik, by the way,
Hardik
Shankar
is
Shahu,
good.
Hardik's looking
Hardik
good.
is
That's
looking
true.
good with the bat. My only concern is whether he'll be able to bowl.
Yep.
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 Also, if we're talking, wait, I forgot what point I was making. Carry on. I'll come back.
No, so they're decent Indian batsmen are looking in good form. So don't be too worried. Huh? I'm just looking
Yeah,
at
yeah,
all
Hardik
batsmen
batting-wise.
across the world.
And remember, we are just taking batsmen. We are not
And we're
taking
just
bowlers.
taking batsmen in IPL. Again, don't forget, as we were pointing out, no Jason Roy is playing. Don't forget David Malan. England suddenly are looking very deadly.
No, but David Malan might not even make it to the 11.
See,
Yeah.
he had
Even
his
though he
peak
was-
in 2020.
yeah.
After that, he's just slid down.
After that, he really hasn't performed that well. Even during the T20 World Cup, he played one good innings, I guess.
But has he been dropped from the team yet?
No, I don't think so.
By the way, Ikpreet Singh is saying great work by Siddharth yesterday to do the live. Well done, Siddharth.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What a
Ikpreet.
game it was. If you
What
haven't,
a game
we've
it
done a
was
very
indeed.
detailed video
Yeah.
on that match. Shane and
We have
Siddharth have-
not just that game. We have discussed the greatest comebacks in the history of the
Oh yeah,
Champions League.
that was fun.
And we were looking at whether this game compares to them in that same intensity. But because it was a big victory.
You
for
had to
everyone.
do a live because see, 5-3 down with only 1 minute to go in
How do you?
2 goals, and then you take a extra time. In extra
Did
time,
you guys see Pep
Benzema-
Guardiola's reaction after the game?
Yeah.
He was sitting in this corner and he's like,
Like you could have played if you had that picture. No, you could play "Hello Darkness, my old friend" in the background, and it would be accurate.
No,
But
in
wow,
fact, the best tweet I saw that
yeah,
Pep
too,
Guardiola came to the wrong event. He should have been in the US launching an iPhone because he just looking like Steve Jobs.
but he
always
always
dresses
wears
like
that.
Those-
He always
that
wears high necks.
turtleneck
High
and,
necks.
yeah.
No, why is this so galling? This loss is because they dominated in all factors. City, yet they lost.
No, but that is how Real Madrid have been this entire 3 legs.
They did it
Three
to
legs, I'm
Chelsea.
saying
They
the
did it
3
to
rounds.
PSG. So yeah.
PSG
Okay.
in the round of 16, then quarters.
Just
Chelsea.
going back to that entire discussion we were having on how all teams are looking ahead of the T20 World Cup, and we compared in detail the batsmen. So some comments on that. Rohit Kumar says, but we spoke about KL being in good form. We were talking about India.
Yeah.
I said, but when has KL performed in ICC games? He's just an IPL player. He may not have been, but you also got to realize that he's now a different player in the last couple of years. And that T20 World Cup, he didn't have a good game in some crucial matches. But after that, the minnows, though, he hammered them.
Also, it's worth noting that KL is one of those players who suffered the most from trying to accommodate him.
Number 4,
Yes.
number
Batting
He's
position.
played in every position possible except consistently the position he's good at.
Absolutely.
Which is why when we were talking about, put Kohli to open, I'm like, yeah, again, KL will suffer.
But by the way, did we not discuss that after 10 games we'll look at and we'll discuss what our top 4 are for the IPL?
Yeah,
suddenly
we will
we
do
can't.
that.
We will.
The permutations and combinations
Yeah.
for
Yes, we should.
Sarthak Sehgal is saying Sri Lankan players are looking scary. If they
I'm
have a
just saying
good
yes.
captain, they can be a bit of a surprise. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka
Rajapaksa, Hasaranga, who
Yeah.
else?
no, but
Tikshana.
Chamira has had Tikshana
Actually, Chamira has had
Chamira,
a
decent
decent
IPL.
season. Yeah.
yeah,
and Tikshana as well.
Tikshana has been
Yeah.
sensational for Chennai.
No, yesterday he took 3 wickets. He took 4 wickets in that one game in the middle. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess you can still say that he's
Tikshana
been
is your
very,
go-to
very
spinner
decent.
because he'll bowl in the power play,
And the depth.
and he had a good
It was
record.
fantastic to see how Dhoni
Yeah.
used him at
Yep.
the death. Very
Yeah,
rare to
yeah,
see
yeah.
him there.
No, and remember,
He's usually
Tikshana has got a good record in Australia.
No, actually, he was the best bowler at the death.
Yeah.
3 overs when both you have
That
completed
is
the
where
quota of Moeen Ali and
Thala
Ravindra
Dhoni.
Jadeja.
Thala, yes.
You got Tikshana, but I think the Pretorius went for quite a few runs.
Yeah, but
that was their problem.
But I'm saying that only someone like a Dhoni can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like to have this kind of a thought process.
Yep. Suddenly,
nobody would have done
Tikshana.
Tikshana, and did a great job
Yes.
bowling there.
But the batting of Sri Lanka is not that good. If you have to look at
No,
it
I
on
think
the
they'll be
current
found out once
Yeah.
the proper players. There are so many players who are not
Because
even in
remember,
the IPL.
they are yet again
Even
going
for,
through the qualifiers,
I'm saying
then the main group.
Even for the say the Australian side,
Yeah.
there's no Mitchell Stark who's playing the IPL. There's no Adam Zampa who's playing the IPL.
Shanaka, Karthik M is pointing out.
Yeah, so we were just talking
we were
about
just
Shanaka.
talking, yeah.
A little bit about Shanaka.
Uh,
And England also. Jofra Archer will be back, boss.
Pradeep's picked KL, Sky. Pant also playing some decent knocks, but
And
again
he's
not
constantly
finishing.
getting starts,
Yeah.
but that's it.
Yeah.
Like today,
Today's was very frustrating. I got frustrated when Pant got out. A full toss, which was dipping. That's not very unlike Pant. What to do? He finds ways to get out.
SRH
Why
doing
does
about-
Benjamin Andrew Stokes, we enjoy his company every day he joins us. He calls us relaxed today. Because we are too relaxed.
Is it?
Well, that's nice.
I
That's
thought
a
we are
compliment.
maintaining that intensity.
But that's a compliment.
That's a
No,
compliment.
you
That's-
see, intensity,
nice and
intensity will come on days when one of our teams is playing. No, go back and see the game where KKR won is proof. I was jumping all over the place.
Oh, Shane did a full the Sunil Narayan celebration also.
Yes. Sunil. Yeah, my team again. If not for CSK, SRH, part of the same group, they lost.
What if they both don't qualify?
Then
Well,
RCB.
Nah.
Yeah, come on.
Cold day in hell, bro.
Okay, let's quickly answer. Our friend Vikrant Jadhav comes up with a quiz
Quiz.
question.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
He wants to know who has bowled the most number of maiden overs in the IPL.
Praveen Kumar.
Is it? He's done too many mock quizzes.
Yeah, I give you an- I
No,
don't
but
know.
Praveen Kumar, this somebody had asked this to us, I guess, earlier also during the season.
I don't remember this question coming.
101% somebody has asked us this. And it could be. I
it
think
could be Mumbai Road.
Mumbai Road, our good friend Mr. Jadhav.
He's asked again.
Oh, so Benjamin Anderson says, no, I am relaxed today because my team won.
Delhi cap.
That makes more sense.
Yes, that's true. Benjamin Andrew
He's
Stokes.
like, we were
from
not relaxed
Himachal.
today.
He joins us from Himachal.
Yep.
Oh, we were talking about West Indian batsmen and form. We forgot Shimron Hetmyer.
Oh, yeah.
No, but Hetmer,
He is.
he will be there. I guess he'll also. I know
has-
West Indies, the problem is their number. Everybody is like that finisher in that team. Puran is that. You have Hetmer
Hetmyer.
that. Robman Pal is doing the same thing. Then now Karen Pollard won't be there.
But
But
if they
Soul, Dwayne Bravo, he won't be there.
What is Russell's situation when it
that's
comes
what I was
to-
going to. Then there's Russell also.
Ah.
So how many finishers have they got?
That's like the team of
No,
finishers.
but I guess Puran, because he's now the captain,
will bat higher.
he'll
I
bat
think.
number 3. He'll bat number 3.
So who are your openers then? Evan Lewis.
Evan
Oh,
Lewis
yes.
will be there.
Another one who's actually looked pretty decent, mind you, in the limited games he's played.
Also, you never know.
Jeez,
They
West
might
Indies.
try Brandon King, Kyle
Yeah.
Mayers. They've tried so many combinations. Who
Yeah.
knows?
But the bowling is only dodgy, that's the problem.
Okay, storyteller writer wants to know, do you think Pant is just able to operate in one gap?
Odean Smith too.
Actually, just talking about Pant, I think the problem, some criticism came his way that he was batting too slow to how he should, and I remember us talking that I think he should go and play in that gear only that he's good at. That is the top gear. And I think looking at his role for the Indian team, it would be best he continues to bat like that. Yes, he will hit the bowler for 20 runs in an over and then get out of the 6th ball. That will happen with him, but you got to take him. I rather have this Rishabh Pant than the other Rishabh Pant who was trying to bat at a strike rate of 110, 120 and try and anchor the innings. He may have been doing that because he's captain of Delhi and maybe that's sort of a responsibility he was taking. But I wouldn't want him. And also looking from Indian point of view, I like this Pant. Attack. So he'll give you some days 30s, some days 40s, but they will all come at a strike rate of over 150. Someday that thing will also go to a good 80, 90 and at the same strike rate. And those are the days you'll win.
But funny thing is, today Rishabh Pant was
Playing that way.
4 of 11 balls.
Yeah.
And then he hit 3 sixes and then 4
Yeah.
and then got out on the 5th ball.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. But I'd rather see him like this.
Yes.
If what the strike rate he finishes at 162,
But
that's
he
his zone.
literally came down and like, I'm going to target him.
Ah,
Like
that's fine.
Shreyas Gopal, he just
3
like
sixes
boom.
and a 4, right?
Yeah.
He hit.
22 runs of 4 balls. Before that, he only had 4
4
runs.
of 11.
Yes.
Yeah.
4 of
4
11.
of 12.
Yep.
Oh, Rishabh Pant.
Couple of questions about KL. Rishabh Kanchan is saying KL always picks weak team to perform. You saw in the World Cup. We spoke about it.
Yeah.
That he performed against Afghanistan and Scotland. Sarthak saying no offense, but KL always struggles against quality bowlers 7 out of 10 times against smaller teams or in the IPL he scores. But then you're answering IPL does have quality bowlers in a lot of teams. So
Yeah,
maybe. We may be in bit harsh.
I'm still saying you need to give him a long run as an opener. He's played in one too many positions, especially in ODI cricket. Oh, we'll play him at 4, we'll play him at 3. We'll not open with him where he's best.
Yep.
The logic is baffling.
Yeah, Sri Lanka is saying somehow I have a feeling that SRH didn't plan the chase at all. They fell short by 21 runs and their bowler faced almost 50 odd dot balls. I agree. I think it was like as if it was an afterthought that we have to go for it. They didn't bat like that in the first 10 over clearly. And of course, you can look at Williamson as being one of them, but even the rest of them, they didn't show too much intent. And then later, they must have realized that we could literally chase it down. Had they shown that same intent going from the start?
Yeah, when they were 37 for 3, that's when you thought the game is over.
Game is over, yeah.
And then suddenly Nicholas Puran towards the end, you're like, oh, maybe they have a chance.
Sandesh wants to know, was that food coupon real which you gave to Sid? Has he used it somewhere? Of course it is real, but has he used it? Sid?
Not yet.
Food coupon is going to be here, but he will see. He's a team man. He's not going to use it alone.
Yeah. We haven't been finding the time to do it together.
Whenever he uses that coupon, all of us will be there. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about,
go and check out our quiz.
The IPL quiz that we did. You'll get your answer there. Chill Out says SRH made Jansen not only with the ball but with the bat too. I think a very valid point. Would have definitely batted through with Puran. Amateurish cricket bat. I agree.
I disagree. I think Sean Abbott and both him as batsmen of the same caliber.
Yeah.
In
no,
T20s
Jansen
especially.
was looking very good.
No, he might look good
in Test cricket.
No, but
very, very good.
in the Test cricket is different. Sean Abbott, I have seen him hit 70, 80 odd runs also with the bat in T20s.
That is he takes a lot of wickets there also, but never produces that same
exactly
thing
my
in the
point.
IPL.
So Jansen, I still think both of their batting is similar, very similar.
I think Jansen, come on, play Jansen next game.
No, that was a surprise in itself. Why did they not play Jansen?
Sean Abbott.
Like I get it, 2 games you have lost, but suddenly you are removing the guy who won you your last game.
Yeah,
Some foolishness.
that is true. So many people are saying KL overrated. Suddenly, how is this?
Suddenly, like hatred,
Out of nowhere.
the dislike.
Seriously.
It's weird. I always thought KL was one of those players.
Although the numbers do back their argument in a very small way.
See,
but
that's why I say numbers, context, you need context.
yeah, you have to put it in the right context.
Excalibur saying Nikhil should KKR appoint Ravi Shastri as the next head coach. Why not?
Yes.
I would like that. So
Yeah,
I
that'd
wouldn't
be
mind that
great.
at all.
At least it'll be
Yeah.
better
This is nonsense.
After Baz,
I think
Ravi
I'll like
Shastri.
anyone. I'll take back Jacques Callis. It's okay.
Yeah, Jack Callis, I also agree, was a good coach.
Good coach, yeah.
No, but this management for KKR, I have not understood. I know they played the final and all that, but this approach clearly not working.
No, but forget KKR. Look at SRH. What have they done? You had another player, by the way, another player who we haven't talked about, Shreyas Gopal. Okay, you picked him in the side after playing Suchit, who actually did really well for you.
Yes.
You dropped him. Yes, you tried different thing. Maybe it was, but why would you drop Suchit?
Can't understand. I think what has hurt them is also Washington not being there.
Yeah.
Because he's
if
an
Sundar was
all-rounder.
not there, there was somebody who was doing the same kind of job
That
and
is Suchit.
was actually
Yeah.
you were not losing because of him. You were winning games.
No, that is true. But I'm saying also overall, in the larger scheme of things, they are missing someone like Washington Sundar also with what he brings to the table with the bat.
Yep.
Just makes their batting look
Yeah, I agree.
much longer there.
Poor guy just has been so unlucky with injuries. It's not even funny.
COVID, 2 hits on the same webbing.
How many times he will get injured? Every series that he plays for India, also he is out after that with an injury. And now IPL twice he's been injured in the same season.
Poor guy.
Mohit, we answered the question about Puran. He's saying, I'm seeing it for the 5th time. Puran scores a half century and
It's
the
like a
team
trend with
loses.
this guy at this point.
3-match T20I series. I know.
Yeah, we
but
just said
but that time he wasn't getting, like today, as we said, they needed to be somebody there to support him.
Actually, one of those games.
That time they weren't losing too many wickets. He
No,
had losing.
one of those games. Robman Pal also scored 60 odd runs with him, with Puran,
Yes.
and yet they did not win that game against India.
Sandesh is saying buy Sandesh with those food.
I would not mind
Good choice,
because
it's a good call.
also Mishti Doi for that matter.
I-
I love Mishti Doi from Calcutta. boss.
Come to where nearby to where I stay. No, CR Park is right there only.
Ah,
Chitranjan
Very good.
Das
That is
Park,
true
yes.
actually.
go. Karthik saying without Jansen, the most SRH missed was power play overs. They had no clue to bowl in the power play apart from Bhuvi. That's true.
And the death too, I think, because with no Natarajan who was missing today, the death bowling absolutely took a pounding after a point. Abbott was not the solution.
But that death bowling,
No,
even
but I think
before
the Jansen is
Natarajan,
also
it
not
was
the
taken a
solution.
pounding in the previous
No,
two
death
games.
bowling, I think.
Bhuvi is the only solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Karthik Tyagi.
He did
But
need
Karthik
it.
Tyagi
did
bowled well
very
today. I
well,
agree. I
yeah,
but
agree.
he should have used those Yorkers earlier as well.
Yes.
He just used it at the death.
Yep.
Also bowls at fantastic pace. He also clocks
What
150
actually,
regularly.
just thinking of that, today I was just watching Warner bat, and he's absolutely made a mockery of things that we talk of technique and all that. Right? Basic thing, he's batting, basic thing. You tell a batsman, move your feet to the line of the ball and then play through it. Today, just standing like this, facing any bowler, Karthik Tyagi is bowling, just not moving his feet from there. Far
Boom.
just standing, boom,
Boom.
hand-eye coordination.
But that hand-eye coordination, yeah, exactly.
He's hitting. So we keep, I've just reminded, we go back to start talking about Virat Kohli technique. What must he do? Oh, he has to go like this. He's not going to the line. Today, that's what, sometime when you're in form, when your hand-eye coordination is working, confidence is at, doesn't matter what technique, yeah?
Yes,
Just look
what
at David
technique works
Warner
for you.
today.
And-
Just standing. If I was to show to a young kid, I'd say, do not bat like that. And yet, what was he doing? He was playing through the line using his hand.
Yeah, but again,
Getting boundaries.
fans have to remember
Crazy.
that Warner also was in a slump for 2 years, 2019
Yeah.
to 2021. I mean, he regained his touch only during the ICC World T20.
Yeah.
In the Ashes, he was woeful in 2019. The high that he got from the World Cup, that he had scored, in the Ashes it was under. Broad, Archer.
Broad got him so many times.
Yeah, and even in this
became
Ashes,
a
he
bunny.
didn't set the stage on fire. So he struggled in all formats you would look at it. But in the World T20, he's been different.
Vikrant Yadav says Abdul Samad deserves one more chance, but I'm just saying, how do you bring him in? Because
The only guy you
Shashank-
can drop is Shashank
No, but
Singh.
he's done well. Yeah,
Shashank
that's
has done
just one
very
failure
well.
he's
Yeah,
had.
yeah.
Whatever limited. First of all, he comes in that tough situation where you have to,
Correct.
start.
And he's done well
attacking.
there. So
Yeah.
why
I
replace
don't
him?
know, Yeah. Maybe a couple of games doesn't happen, then you go back to him. So
Yeah.
that. Somebody said Siddhant is the new Siri now.
Yep.
LSG wala Siddharth. It's
Tum Siddhant.
Siddharth.
You can call me Vishy.
No, but
That's
he's
it.
still Siri. Yaar, come on. One thing I can get right, but this guy remembers stuff that I was not even born probably. Like 92, he'll say something had happened which I would not even know about.
Rishabh is continuing the argument and he's saying, okay, I'll get everyone to answer. He's saying, who would you prefer, Shikhar Dhawan or KL in ICC events? Who is more lethal in ICC events?
Shikhar. I will go with Shikhar.
Okay, my answer to that is
Yeah.
that MS Dhoni is very lethal in ICC event. Yuvraj Singh, should I bring them back? And make them-
Yuvraj had his time. He won you games.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Today, who is there? Who is better, KL or Shikhar?
But KL,
Because he had a good time in ICC events now, so he should come back.
but
Because
again,
of some coincidence.
KL came into the side as an opener in 2019 because Dhawan got injured.
Yes.
Prior to that, he had hit a century.
Yes, but now I'm saying, na.
I think Dhawan is
Yeah,
still
because
in
he's
great
done
form.
ICC tournament, so he's in a better form than KL Rahul.
No.
As far as, but he's still solid. He's consistent.
No. So you're bringing Shikhar Dhawan because he had a great ICC tournament. I'm saying then so did MS Dhoni. Should we bring him back?
MS did not have great ICC events after 2013. He struggled.
But he was a captain now. Let's bring him back. Let's make MS Dhoni captain because he had a great time in ICC.
But CSK did it in all fairness. So CSK did it, bring back the glory days.
Yeah.
So should we?
No,
For the Indian
definitely
no,
not.
na?
Not a
Then-
chance.
But for impact, I would say what did Dhawan do wrong?
But
be
he
dropped.
cannot. Who are going to be your openers? You who between Rohit, KL, you're going to play Shikhar ahead of them today?
Shikhar and Rohit to open.
Oh no.
KL Rahul dropped.
Backup.
No. In a T20 World Cup, you need one player.
Siri.
See, Dhawan is a very
So
underrated
you are
T20.
picking Dhawan
Yeah.
because he's been better in ICC tournament.
Yes.
No, definitely not.
Then I said, by that logic, let's bring MS Dhoni back as captain.
No,
He's been better
He
in
came as the mentor in
Let's bring him
2021.
for ICC.
No, Kohli is not in form. Let's bring back Sachin.
Yeah.
Chalo.
That is stretching the argument way too
Share
far.
like-
Okay,
Chalo.
fine. So I'm not going that far, but I'm talking
Yeah.
about a player who's still playing, right?
Yeah.
MS Dhoni, so captain.
But
Who's done very well.
Dhoni,
Yeah.
consider me retired from 1929,
No, we'll-
August 15th.
We will
call him
convince
back.
him again. It's
No.
okay.
Dhoni doesn't
If he
need
takes
convincing.
back his retirement, should we have him? Because he had got great record in ICC tournament. Then why that logic for KL versus Shikhar?
But Dhawan
You are
did
saying
not,
2013 ICC tournament or
till 19 he was good.
Yeah. So now
Just
bring
2
him
years.
back.
The moment Dhawan went, India's fortunes
Till
have been...
19 MS was also good. Almost won you the semi-final. If you wouldn't have been run out.
That
there-
was Jaddu. Dhoni almost got us to the abyss.
It was last over 20 needed. Then Dhoni would have smashed, na?
आखिरी bullet
I
पे
would have
मारूंगा.
Akhri bullet
Yes.
pe maruga though.
Would have
Oh yeah,
happened.
Nisham was bowling
Would have
good.
happened.
Could have happened.
Could have happened.
Come on.
But it was Jaddu who got us there,
Okay,
not Dhoni.
let's-
Yeah, but I'm
let's
saying
leave
Dhoni
aside-
would have won it, na? In the end. Typically,
Let's-
that's how it happens. Someone takes
In
you
a
close.
great world, we would have been at the final in Lords, and if that super over had happened to us, we would have staged a protest. Remember
The
that
thing
Boundary
is,
count.
boundary count?
we
Yeah.
get so excited by, just current thing, like exactly 3 games ago, Umran Malik T20 World Cup.
bowler.
3 games later, Umran Malik, no, we need to spend. That's what. So now Shikhar, now KL. Doesn't
No,
work like
okay.
that.
My main reasoning, and this is not down to any historical listening, is that we already are saying that, with KL, Rohit, and Virat there, you have 3 of the same. I disagree. Because
KL is not the
KL is
same.
not the same.
Yes.
But if you bring Dhawan in there, then that argument is valid. Then you have 3
Yeah.
players who play the
Exactly.
same style.
Very good point.
I still
And
think
you will play the
K-
old format.
I still think KL
Even
needs
ODIs.
to play the way he's supposed to.
Exactly.
There are times where you have seen that he's also playing in the same element like Rohit would, Virat
See,
would.
maybe
But I have seen KL
By the way,
bat
can
the
I
way.
tell you also Rohit is also not in that league. Huh?
Yeah.
Rohit, when he scores runs,
yeah, he scores at
will get you
140,
at 140,
50.
50, or he'll get out.
It's just that when was the last time he
Oh
scored
yes,
that many runs?
that's
We
a
can't
fair
remember.
criticism. That is
Can't
a fair
remember.
criticism. That's a fair criticism. But I'm just saying.
I really
that-
want all these guys to be firing, man.
No,
Yeah.
sure, everyone does. I'm saying that's a fair criticism. But again, he's not.
I'm not
And Dhawan was
replacing Shikhar
dropped.
with him.
Dhawan was dropped because of his strike rate
Exactly.
only. Na?
Yes.
That's why
that was the
2000
problem.
That's why 2020. Remember, he went out for Delhi Capitals and was going bang bang.
Hundreds he
wanted to prove a
scored
point.
was.
He scored hundreds, yeah.
Back to back hundreds. Only
no, I
another
still
guy
don't-
in IPL history has done it.
See, but then Dhawan, if you look at it in the T20 World Cups, he's not played. He didn't play in 2016. Remember, it was Ajinkya Rahane who opened with Rohit Sharma, remember, in that.
Karthik is pointing exactly that Dhawan was dropped from T20 because of his strike rate.
Yes. But prior to that,
But in the last 3 years, he has says a
Yes.
better strike rate than
In-
His strike rate is
Rohit.
actually improved in IPL. That is
2018,
true.
in the peak of Kohli's zenith, in 2018, Dhawan was a leading run getter in T20s with a strike rate of 140 plus. What would you want?
Well, KL can say that I've been hitting it at 150 for 3 seasons. What more do you want?
No, KL in the IPL, when he was with Punjab, 125, 130.
Yeah, but why was he batting like that? Because
that
the
was
rest
the
of the
team's
batting lineup was horrible.
composition. The team's composition was horrible.
Okay, Arshit Padalia is saying, so why not drop the other 2? Why only Dhawan? So he's saying basically if Dhawan was dropped for strike rate, why not look at Rohit and Virat Kohli? That's because, to be fair, Shikhar is not a Rohit Sharma or a Virat Kohli.
Yeah.
He will not get the same role
Leeway,
that
true.
these 2 will get.
And
Firstly, Rohit is a captain. First things first.
Yeah.
And I don't think strike rate has ever been Rohit's problem. Consistency may have been.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's a completely different issue.
Rohit Sharma will not do a Dinesh Chandimal of
No,
2014.
but if Rohit gets going, like if he takes 20 balls, he's going to be scoring sixes, hitting sixes,
Also,
big
it's
shots.
not like Shikhar wasn't given a long rope. I mean, let's be fair. One of the reasons that KL was played at 3-4 was because they were stuck with that combination of Rohit and Shikhar.
Yeah.
He was given chances.
Yep.
Okay, Rohan Mehra says, Nikhil sir, if you were in the DC management, who would you have appointed as a captain for DC? Shreyas or Rishabh after Shreyas came back from the injury?
Rishabh.
I would have kept Rishabh.
Yeah, Rishabh.
I think Rishabh as a captain because I felt, and I'm saying this having spoken to a lot of people in the Delhi camp. Rishabh at the, Shikhar at that time, Shreyas at that time wasn't really a very independent captain. He relied a lot on the feedback that he got from coaches and the team management. He wasn't really a player who had blossomed at the time. Whereas when Rishabh came and became captain, he started taking a lot of decisions and he started owning up to those decisions, whether they worked or not. He also brought in that culture. Let me give you a story, again, inside story I'll tell you. In DC at that time, there was this sort of in their team meetings, and every time anything was discussed, everything was taken as, what would Mumbai Indians do? That sort of a culture had developed. They would say, no, you know what? Oh, no, Mumbai Indians would do that. Also because Mumbai Indians were the most successful team at that time. So everyone started giving examples of Mumbai Indians. They will do that, that's how they... And when Rishabh Pant came, he put an end to it. He says, I don't want to listen to what Mumbai Indians would have done or whatever. Are we Mumbai Indians? No. We are Delhi Capitals. So we will decide what works for us and what... And by the way, that did show some success. Under his captaincy, they did well in those 2 seasons. So all I'm saying is that he's his own man. I give you another example, that super over that they played at Firozshah Kotla. They had decided a completely different bowler will bowl that super over. The management and everything, the meeting had happened. When he went on the ground, he called another guy to bowl the super over.
Rabada,
yes.
DCKKR 2019.
Yes. Rabada was decided, and I don't think he bowled. Did he bowl?
He bowled?
No.
It was Rabada's Yorker to Russell in that super over which
ended the
clinched the
game
game
pretty
for
much.
Didn't
DC.
they play one with Mumbai Indians also?
No, there was no super over with Mumbai Indians. 2019, there was only one super over, DCKKR at Arun Jaitley Stadium.
No. I'm talking about 20 or
21, there was DC versus SRH at Chennai.
Yeah, may have been in Chennai then.
Yeah, DCvSRH Chennai went to the
Yes, who
super
bowled
over.
the super over then?
I can't recollect immediately, but
Somebody will point it out.
yeah.
A good family. All I'm saying is that he had also at that time changed. The 2019 though would have been Shreyas as captain, not that. I'm talking about
21.
21 onwards.
I
21.
think it was 21.
Yeah, because 20 it was Shreyas as captain who had taken them to the final. So
Yeah.
it couldn't have been Rishabh then, 21.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Our family
Akshar-
was saying
Akshar Patel.
Akshar Patel.
Yes.
See?
No, but
I
wasn't
think it was-
Shreyas...
No.
When are we talking about exactly?
2021.
21.
21.
That's what I'm saying. This is the game where I think everyone had said Rabada, or it was decided Rabada will.
And then he bowled Akshar
And he
Patel.
bowled Akshar Patel then.
Yes.
This was completely against what was decided, but he gambled. All I'm saying is that he's his own man.
Kunal Ranjan. They decided Avesh and Akshar bowled. That was the change.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those are decisions that he took on the
Bapu.
spot. So I'm just saying. So to answer that question, I would have gone with Rishabh Pant because he takes decisions, stands by it, whether they are right or wrong. So he's a leader in that sense. Tried to bring in a different culture where no references to Mumbai Indians, said no, we'll decide what is best for us. So
Yep.
on that.
Well, Austin, as a RCB fan, who do you think I should support during PBK's versus RR match on Saturday? Shivam, I need the points table, please. Just open the points table. Okay, so RR and PBKS. RR on 3rd position and PBKS are in 7th position.
RR.
RR
RR.
are 3rd.
You support RR then?
Yes, you have to support
PBKS
RR.
knocked out.
Yep.
Exactly.
Because that will ensure RCB still stay in the top 4 and PBKS don't make any
No,
kind
but
of...
why? Then if PBKs get to 12 points, all 3 of them will be on 12
No, the
points.
net run rate, they'll jump over RCB. No, he's an RCB supporter.
Yeah, but I am still saying that...
No, if you're an RCB fan, you want Punjab below you. Simple.
You
knock one out of
Yeah,
contention.
you need Punjab to lose. You need RR to win. So RCB still remain in
I am
that.
saying you still have a better chance of RR on 12 points and Punjab Kings on 12 points than Rajasthan on 14 points. Because then 2 teams are tied with you on the same points. So why just think that if Rajasthan are ahead of them, RCB, then Delhi Capitals, Sunrisers Hyderabad are also in that contention. So if you are supporting RR, they'll jump to 14, right? They'll be well ahead of RCB.
Okay.
If they lose, RR lose, all three of them will be on 12 points. Punjab Kings also.
But if you support one of the teams that is
I'm saying,
lower,
but still you are in that same
you
sort
want
of bracket,
teams
right?
lower than you knocked out. If that's my thinking.
Yeah.
Again,
I still think if
Because
three of them are tied on 12 points, that's better for RCB than one team going to 14 and ahead of them.
Because then you're banking on RCB to win their remaining games.
and that's the point, you know.
You're not depending on them losing. Because if you want Punjab Kings to win, then you're hoping that RCB are losing their remaining games.
It's a complicated thing. But
Yeah.
I would still say back the
Different
team above.
perspectives. Yeah,
Yes.
different perspectives.
Ujjwal Agarwal has a question. Is it the worst season for retained players?
Yashasvi Jaiswal is not playing. Henrik
God,
Notke
yes.
is playing this
Yeah.
game. Otherwise, Abdul Samad
Abdul
is not
Samad.
playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Venkatesh and,
Varun
Varun
Chakravarti are
dropped.
not playing.
Yeah.
Who else was retained? The CSK?
Jadeja has been
Horrible.
horrible form.
Yeah,
Dhoni, okay.
Eh,
Deepak
yeah.
Chair didn't even get to play.
exactly.
But he was bought in the Australia. Wait, Moeen Ali's not been in good form.
Mumbai, who else? Pollard, horrible form.
Rohit,
Rohit
Ishan
Kishan was bought back. But still.
Surya has been in good form.
Surya's
Bumrah
been the
also
only
hasn't
one.
taken that many
Bumrah
wickets.
has not been in good form.
Yeah.
And in
Even
Punjab,
for RCB, Glenn Maxwell and Virat Kohli.
yeah. Punjab, Arshdeep
Siraj.
has been in great form.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's about it. Mayank, no, actually no.
Delhi, Rishabh Pant,
Nah.
Prithvi Shaw.
Prithvi's been in good form.
Henrik Nokia and Akshar
Belly
Patel.
played. Akshar has been a decent.
Aksar middling. Very middling season for him.
No, Akshar still I feel decent.
Yeah.
So, worst season then for retained players?
Yeah,
Up
yeah.
there for sure. Up,
Up
there,
there,
for
yep.
sure.
No,
Because
I
I
don't
think
think
of any other
there's
season.
any other season where you can think
Because, yeah,
of.
because normally for
all retained
years the
players.
template with IPL was always stability.
Yeah.
The best teams are the most stable. This year, the two new teams are shaking up the order. So,
Yep.
On that note, shall we?
Yeah.
yeah, he's typing a yawn while saying it. Sure.
Don't forget to download the Gamezy app. Make your teams there. We're here every day on Sports Today, live on YouTube as well as Facebook. Before the game starts, 45 minutes before that, middle of the innings and end of the game.
Yep.
So join us for the fun discussion. It's
Yeah.
like a drawing room conversation and be a part of it every
And
day.
tomorrow I'll feel as if I'm in Gokuldam. Mumbai versus Gujarat. Gokuldam Premier League.
Where Gokuldam Premier League just.
Why would you feel Gokuldam Premier League back?
Jethalal versus Mumbai. That's a Jethalal versus Bide.
Oh, God.
Why not?
He ended the show on such a bad note.
No.
That's a cute.
That's it, guys. It's time for us to go.
Bye.
Yes. Bye
Bye.
bye.